passed. Are you still there? Okay, I hear you now.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Dean, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hello? Dean, can you hear me now?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello? Hello? I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, you're breaking up, but we'll try to continue.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Okay.
all right. Um,
Hello, Dean.
yes,
Hello. Yeah. So I was just asking, like, do we have where clause? Can we put where clause in this command, which we are using for replace?
no. Where clause, let's see here. No, where clause only occurs in SQL select statements, not in FoxPro
Right.
replace statements.
Okay. So, so whenever we want to, suppose if this command we are writing in our program, so there we don't have table in front of us, which is open for us. So what do we do in that case? We have to go records one by one.
It depends on what you're trying to
I mean,
accomplish. Give me
mhm.
a more specific, I mean, you can still issue a SQL select statement in FoxPro.
Okay. Okay. So after issuing SQL select, then only we can uh, fire this replace command.
Right. Yeah, let's say we're not replacing anything at the moment. We'll just say select um, last name, first name, state, city, from card file.
Can you please just pull up this command window a little bit upside?
Sure. Better?
Thank you. Yeah, now it's better. Thank you.
Okay, hang on a second. State, semicolon, X, from card file, where, let's say, okay, last name equals B. Okay, that should do it. That should give us Bennett, Block, and Burgess, I think. And there we go. And it wasn't a fancy SQL select statement. I could have passed more information, but yeah, I mean, if you want a subset of the full table, you can run regular old SQL select statements. And FoxPro's
Okay.
SQL language is just slightly different from what you may have seen in SQL Server or Oracle. It's actually a little bit more powerful, and it's designed to take advantage of some features in FoxPro, but you know, if you're comfortable with just regular old SQL Server statement, if you're comfortable with SQL commands in any other language, it'll be pretty easy to pick up in FoxPro. The only difference here is in FoxPro, if I'm putting a command on multiple lines, I have the semicolons on every line except the last one. I know in some other languages you would have no separator here, you'd have no separator here, and you would have a separator
Right.
here. Okay, so
Yes,
yeah,
at the
so it's
end.
just the
Yeah.
opposite.
Right.
Okay, let's see here. I think we went over. Okay, so replace all. For. Okay, we'll just do a replace for against this table. And in this table, you probably see that the Philadelphia records, for example, are not contiguous. They're not all bunched together because our controlling index is last name plus first name. So let's say that we're going to replace street with 1600 Dania Avenue. For, let's see here, state equals PA. Let me try to break this up a little bit. X, X. Okay, so this is our command. Do you want to hazard a
Okay.
guess as what will get updated when we execute this?
So where state is PA, so
Uh-huh.
that only that record will be replaced with this value, right?
Right. Well,
So
when you
instead of
say
where, we
that,
can use for actually.
yeah, when you say that record, what you're really looking at is, well, we see at least 3 records on the.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all. Yeah, I think all the records which has a state PA will be
Correct.
affected.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And that's exactly
So
what happened.
instead of where, we have for in this, I believe, in FoxPro.
I beg your pardon?
So instead of where clause, we can use for in
Yes.
FoxPro, I believe.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
And once again,
Right.
you want to be real careful. There are a couple ways to do
Right.
this, and
Yes. Yes.
I recommend the following, which is set filter to, and let's say we want to filter on state equals California. Okay, so now any command I run, if I were to do a replace all command, it will only affect the records that fall within that filter. So it's a lot safer.
Okay.
The
Okay. So this set filter, sorry. So the set filter has to be written after the command, after the replace command,
well,
or before any command.
yeah, issue the filter first. Okay, and there's a downside to
Okay.
setting a filter. Let's say you're looking at a table that has 2 million records, And let's say that you have these same 6 records that are in Los Angeles, but maybe one of them is record number 250 and another one is record number 485,123, and then you have maybe 100,000 more before you reach the next record. What's going to happen is if you do not have this table indexed by city, and you go from one to another with a filter going, what you're going to find is you have a very, very long wait while it's searching through records one at a time before it finds the record it wants. Okay. So, so there are times when setting a filter is smart because it's going to prevent you from accidentally overwriting any values. There are other times when before you even set the filter, you're going to want to select the correct index so that your records with the similar values are contiguous. Okay. In any case, let's say replace all street with Hollywood Avenue, and this now becomes meaningless because we're working with a filter, and we don't even have to use a for clause. We're just going to say replace all street with 1555 Hollywood Avenue, and that will only update these 6 records. And now if we say set filter to, that with nothing after it, that takes away the filter, and now you can see that Hollywood Avenue value, okay, only applies to the Los Angeles records, which are the only California records.
No, sorry. We executed only replace command, not the filter command before executing replace, right?
Well,
we didn't execute filter. Okay, you just replace. Okay.
Yeah, you have a lot of ways to accomplish the same task. And so while you're just getting started, I would always recommend choosing the safest way, meaning choosing the way that you're reasonably sure you won't overwrite something. As you get a little bit more used to it, then you can get you can get a little fancier with your scoping.
Yes. Right.
Okay. Let me think what we can cover in the next 3 minutes here before this time's out. Here we go. Can you see a gray and white and green data entry screen?
Data entry screen means this table I can see, and this command I can see.
I'm wondering if you can see a data entry screen right now.
I can see, yes.
Yes?
Okay. Yes.
Okay,
Data
good.
screen entry screen means this table, right? Card file.
No, I'm talking about
Data
a data
screen.
entry screen. So let's see here. I think I have to make a change here. Stop the share, and then I'm going to share screen, put a different window, share. Okay, now I'm guessing you see a data entry screen.
I can see now.
Okay.
Yes,
yeah.
now I can see.
This is the example that Bob Blythe sent us last week. Okay, and so except his version, okay, we're going to time out in the next 60 seconds. So I'll send you another invitation, and I'll start up
Okay.
another meeting that's scheduled to start up in about 5 minutes, and we'll pick up from this.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing you're still on. I'll at least tell you that this screen is something that I sort of reconstructed using Visual FoxPro. Visual FoxPro has a tool that lets you take the screen that Bob designed in FoxPro 2.6 and run it under Visual FoxPro. So we're looking at what looks like the same data entry screen, but the code behind it would be a little different.
So this return value equal to dot t dot means 2 times before and after.
Oh,
They put
are
the
you talking about
dot.
the all trim function?
No. At the end, after end if. So after this, after all these values, there is one if condition.
Right. Well, yeah. So this is
Str state is
right.
not equal to m dot state.
In other words, it's going to trap for all of these things at the field level. Okay. And if all of those tests are passed, then we get to the otherwise in this case statement, where it's going to it's not going to pop up any more messages at the viewer. It's just going to do some massaging of data on the back end. Okay.
That is fine. Right after at the end, there is one line return ret val equal to dot t dot.
Right.
So why these two dots are used before and after this
right,
t?
yeah, retval is going to be true or false. Okay. And it started off as false
Okay.
up at the top of this case statement right here. Okay.
Okay.
And so if we encounter any of these cases, okay, then retval will remain false. But if we get to the bottom and
Okay.
retval is now true, that tells FoxPro, okay, you can now advance to the next thing, which is either a save procedure, or maybe it's a button that says, save this. But it won't, until you get to this section of code, by making sure all of your other information is correct, okay, you can't save the record. You can't save the record until you satisfy all that's needed for retval to become true.
Okay. So two dots are used to make it Boolean.
Yeah. And so this is a function called edit check, and it's going to return either a true or a false. Okay. And
Okay.
and so one of the fields has a validation clause on it that says, get this field valid edit check. So and that may be the save button on the form. And so each time they keep trying to save it, and retval, which is short for return value, okay, each time the return value is false, then they have to keep fixing more stuff. Yeah? And once the return value is true, then they can move on to the next thing.
Okay.
With some controls, you actually have a return value of 0 or 1. But that's actually, I'm going to have to double check and see if those controls exist in FoxPro 2.6. For now, be satisfied that retval being set to true or false will get you what you need 99% of the time.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I think unless you have any other questions, that's really all I wanted to cover today.
Okay.
Okay. So I will. I'll send you a link, probably 12 hours from now, to the YouTube
Sure.
video. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Good.
And what is this procedure? I mean, is it like function and procedure what we have in database? Is it that? Or it's in the program? This procedure is written there.
This is what we would call a user-defined function. In other words, whoever wrote this program created a function called edit check. Now,
Okay.
having an edit check in your data entry screens is nothing new. What's unique here is the developer had to come up with a list of things that absolutely have to go in that record for it to be saved. In other words, they're taking a pretty aggressive stand against garbage in, garbage out. And they're also saying, listen, if you don't have all the information,